Welcome to Cascade. Cascade is a rich desktop application that communicates directly from your personal computer to your Salesforce accounts. Because of this, Cascade is inherently secure. Cascade has powerful features and a rich user interface. Cascade is highly collaborative for teams of developers and administrators to work together. Best of all, Cascade works immediately on any Salesforce org. There's no package to install. Let's take a look. Cascade can deploy metadata between any Salesforce org, developer project, or Git repository. Let's set up a Salesforce org as the metadata destination. Enter your credentials here, take a snapshot, and just like that, we've captured the destination metadata. Let's set up a developer project as the source. Developer projects can be in Metadata API format, Eclipse, or Salesforce DX. They can be a local folder or a remote repository. Select your folder here, enter the credentials to your repository here, and take a snapshot. And just like that, we have a metadata source. Let's deploy some metadata from the source to the destination. This first screen shows you information about the source and destination snapshot, including the deployment history and the setup audit trail. We need to build up a job list for deployment. All of the different metadata types are available over here at left. You can select any type of object and also automatically select related objects. You can delete assets if necessary, and here's the deployment screen. Your job list is over here. You can manage your job list with this menu. Powerful deployment options are available here in this center column. And lastly, when we click the Deploy Metadata button, we move the selected assets from the Git repository into the Salesforce org. Cascade also has an extremely powerful Compare Metadata report. You can see all the differences between the source and the destination for any asset type. You can drill down and see the differences on a line-by-line basis. You can check any number of asset types, and they'll all be put together in a single report that can be exported in any file format. Cascade also has sprints and user stories. For example, a project manager might manage their sprints here. They can select any active sprint from the column at left and manage the stories for that sprint as a to-do list in the center column. There's a rich Kanban board where you can drag and drop to change assignments or story stage. There's an interactive Gantt chart for managing stories as contingent projects across time. Burn down graphs are automatically calculated, and all of your sprints and user stories are displayed in a report that can be shared or archived. Individual team members, like developers and administrators, can update their user story here. They'll see the sprints that they're involved in the list at left. If they select a sprint, they'll see the user stories that they've been assigned to here in the center column. They can add manual deployment tasks to any user story. They can also add metadata assets to their user story. The assets shown in red are in use by other team members. This is overlap awareness. They can create any number of after deployment tasks that also need to be completed. And lastly, they can update their user story, which creates a permanent record of everything that they've done. Cascade also has powerful tools for release managers to deploy user stories. You can see all of your available sprints at left, and if you select a sprint, you'll see the user stories. You can select any number of stories for deployment. Cascade has powerful tools to help you resolve any conflicts in the selected user stories. You can select individual documents. You can merge multiple conflicts in a single document. There might be overlaps but no actual conflict, in which case you can merge automatically. Lastly, if there's too many conflicts across too many stories, you can select the option to send the whole thing back to the developers for them to merge. You can also click the Accept Everything button, which makes the most intelligent choices to merge all of your user stories. Once they're merged, you can compare the new document against the destination snapshot. You can make sure that every change in every story is exactly what you intended. Now it's time for deployment. You can work through your list of manual tasks before deployment, deploy your actual assets of the merged user stories here against the destination, and then you work through the after deployment tasks. All right, there's a brief movie about Cascade and what you can do with DevOps and user stories.